Hayden Barnes, you'll take 5 drives at the Creek on Sunshine Sprint Night. Let's just take a look at a few of them. Starting in race 5, it's the Southeast Derby. You'll be partnering your promising colt with As Promising Colt, Trojan Banner. Look, is it fair to say this will be his toughest test since arriving in Australia?
Yeah, so far it will be. It's his toughest test and doesn't have a great draw, so hopefully we can get a bit of luck there. And he's done everything with ARC, so if he can keep doing that, we'll be happy.
You're drawn next to the All-Stars trained Self Assured, so how do you hope for the race to pan out?
Our plan would just be get on its back and hopefully it doesn't make an early move, and we'll just follow it up when it goes 3 wide and see how we finish off.
Fantastic. Race 6, the Tab Queensland Oaks. You'll be driving another former Kiwi, Lincoln's Girl from Gate 2. Look, our Princess Tiffany obviously going to be hard to beat, but do you think it could possibly give it a shake?
Oh, all her problems have been she just pulls too hard, and if she can settle and get a nice enough trip, she probably can't beat it because it's just too smart, but she should probably run top 5 if she settles and everything goes to plan.
Where do you see her settling in the run?
I'm not too sure really. She's got good gate speed, but we probably don't really want to use it so she doesn't fire up, but hopefully she's not too far away, and either 1-1 would be perfect.
Race 8 is the Group 1 now, Sunshine Sprint, and you'll get another chance to take on Colt 31 with this very promising pacer in Northview Hustler. Look, probably lamenting another awkward draw from the 10?
Yeah, it doesn't work out perfectly for us, but moving into 9 now and makes it a bit easier for us. We're straight in the running line, and even if he gets some luck, he's not far away from a win either.
His closing splits the last 2 weeks at Albion Park have just been phenomenal.
Sensational, really, and he's always come from last, so it just shows how good he's really going.
This horse surely deserves a good race during the Tab Winter Carnival.
He deserves to win one, so hopefully he can get good enough trip this week or next week, and looking forward to it. Hopefully he can get that right draw.
And of the 5 drives you have at Albion Park on Saturday night, mate, do you have a pick of the bunch?
Probably Northview Hustler, just where he's drawn, and his splits his last couple of weeks just shows that he's competitive with them if he gets the right trip.
Chris Geary, great to have you in Queensland for the Tab Winter Carnival, a massive night at Albion Park on Saturday. You've got a good book of drives, but let's focus in on some of the Group 1s. Miss Streisand first up in the Queensland Oaks.
Yeah, she raced really good last week in the Provincial Oaks there, and only just narrowly going down to Mark's Good Filly, and the draws probably make it a little bit tougher this week with Princess Tiffany drawn 4 and obviously looking to land further in front of us than what she was last week. So yeah, the draws aren't ideal, but I'm sure our filly that she'll take a lot of benefit out of her run from last week, being first up for a few weeks since the Victorian Oaks. So I'm sure she'll definitely improve on her run, but like I said, the draws make things a little bit difficult. But yeah, we got great confidence in our filly, and I'm sure with even luck she'll be thereabouts.
And then, of course, you've got Ultra Orlando in the Sunshine Sprint coming in after the scratching of Major Dan. Drawn barrier 3, right next to Colt 31, who's the local champ. What are your thoughts about how that race could pan out?
Those races are always a little bit tricky to map out, and obviously there's probably a little question mark on Colt 31 and his gate speed, but he's a lovely horse, and any horse with that high natural speed, I'm sure there is gate speed there if Grant so needs it. So yeah, it's probably a little bit difficult to map out, but this fella, he raced the best in New Zealand and he was never far away from him. So yeah, I've got full confidence in him, and I'm sure he'll be ready on the night.
In the final race of the night, you've got Sugarcane, a nice little 2-year-old up here in Queensland. Any thoughts from what you might do with gate 6?
Yeah, just speaking to Gail and Vicky about her, they said they've had a little bit of trouble with her, and she's wanting to over race a little bit of late. But yeah, I think the initial plan would be just to try and settle her and just keep her happy, whether that be letting her roll forward and not fighting her, or getting her into a spot there somewhere. But yeah, I think from all reports and from what I've seen, it seems like a nice filly.
As we said, a good book of drives. Do you have a best of the night?
Yeah, I got a few chances without being standouts, but I'd have to say Ultra Orlando, just with the handy draw. Obviously a quality field with some really nice horses, but I'm sure he's more than up to them.
And it's going to be a great night out at Albion Park. Looking forward to getting amongst it. 3 Group 1s at the Creek.
Yeah, definitely. I love racing at Albion Park, and hopefully they draw in a nice crowd and the atmosphere's great.
Adam Sanderson, a great book of drives at Albion Park for Group 1 racing on Saturday night. Let's kick it off in race 4. You've got Jossie James from Barrier 4.
Yeah, mate, she's flying. She ran real good last start, didn't have much luck and hit the line good. So, from an awkward draw, we're going to rely on a bit of luck. So, hopefully it comes our way.
The Southeast Derby, much better from barrier 13, a little tricky.
Yeah, very tricky. There's a few pretty nice, actually really good horses in that. So 13 is going to be tough. So we'll just hopefully sneak away on the pigs and hit the line good.
A pretty nice filly for the Group 1 tab, Queensland Oaks in Eternal Promise. This one getting out of barrier 9.
Yeah, it's probably not as bad as it looks. We'll just float along on the fence and hopefully the gap's come away with, the favourite should run along and hopefully we can run into a bit of place money.
One of the veterans in the Sunshine Sprint, Alleluia, jumping from barrier 5.
Yeah, it's awkward again. The favourite's drawn inside us and, it looks like it's going to be a bit tricky for us. So hopefully we can get a bit of luck because the horse is going good.
Nice to have the Queensland Trotters Cup going to Group 1, and you'll be driving Miracle Rising for Grant Dixon.
Yeah, he's real good last week. He hit the line on real strong sectional. So, be nice to get a good run and hopefully capitalise. And Group 1 would be real nice.
If we were to pick your brain for the best of the night, do you have one for us?
Yeah, I reckon Miracle Rising. He's real good last week. Hit the line good, and with that touch of luck off the front, hopefully we can get the chocolates.
We're here at Redcliffe today, and Grant Dixon just brought up his 300th winner for the season. Obviously, you've got a pretty good association with Grant. It's a wonderful achievement for him to bring up that many winners with a couple of months left to go.
Yeah, no, his team's absolutely on fire at the moment. It's, all around every sort of meeting we go to, he's picking up winners, and 300's a phenomenal achievement. So, all the accolades to him. They work a big team and work a lot of hours, so they deserve all the success he can get.
Thanks very much. Good luck Saturday night.
Awesome. Thanks, mate.